welcome to Finance Sister. This is my channel where we talk about everything related to money and having a balanced lifestyle. So really quickly, I just wanted to go into a very simple explanation of what stimulus checks are, who they're going to be for, and some ideas of what you could do with those checks. First of all, I wanted to go over the big news about this coronavirus and stimulus checks that will be sent out. So they were able to pass a bill that is going to allow people to be sent stimulus checks in the amount of $1,200 per adult and $500 for dependents in your household. So an average household will receive approximately $3,000 for expenses, emergencies, loss of income, things like that. So stimulus checks are not a new concept. They were actually sent out in 2008 during the economic crash, housing bubble, everything like that happened. And basically the idea is that it puts money into the hands of people who maybe don't have enough money in their savings to float any kind of loss of income. So since there has been a lot of job loss and unemployment rates are definitely going up, this is a short-term solution to help stimulate the market so that people are able to cover basic costs of food, possibly shelter, utilities, things like that, in order to get them through a period of time where they will be without income. I'll put up a little graph here in just a second, but this basically is going to apply to household incomes if you are filing jointly and you make under $150,000 a year on your taxes from 2018. If you have not filed in 2019, they will base all the numbers off of your 2018 tax returns. And if you are an individual, if you make over $75,000, basically what they're going to do is for every $100 that you make over those two benchmark numbers, 75,000 and 150,000, they're going to deduct the stimulus amount by $5. So as you can see in this chart, this is what the gradual progression will look like depending on how much you make. So people who make less will obviously get the full amount up until that amount of money, and then it drops off gradually the more that you make, because they're assuming that if you make that amount of money that you are not actually in need of these stimulus checks. So let's go through a few things that you could personally do with these stimulus checks whenever they are actually sent out. There's a lot of debate right now in terms of how quickly that will be happening. And it also depends on if you are currently withdrawing from Social Security, if you already are getting money distributed from the IRS or from the government in general, then they will be able to send you money in a quicker way because they already have the exact information on where to send these checks, or possibly do direct deposit. So if you've been watching my channel or follow me on Instagram at The Finance Sister, then you'll know that I'm really into paying off debt, working a system where you pay off all of your debts, you build an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses, you start investing in retirement, and you get your house, get a good down payment for that, etc. So working some baby steps like that. But if you are in the process of aggressively paying off debt right now, this might be a good time to stock up and increase your emergency fund to make sure that you do have around 3 to 6 months of expenses, if possible. If you are in a place where you already have that amount in savings, maybe this is a great time to look at different investments while the markets are down. Obviously, you can't time the markets perfectly, and it's been extremely volatile even in the last 5 days. So, but the thing is that these markets will bounce back, and this could be a great time to make an initial investment, or just add on some more to what you've already been investing, whatever that may be. I'm not personally a financial advisor, so I'm not going to give you specific ideas on where you should invest. That's completely up to you. But I would personally recommend doing index funds or mutual funds. Stocks are extremely volatile, and while it could be very tempting to look at certain companies right now, I would not put the majority of what you invest in single stocks. If you want to put a couple $100s or something into a single stock, of Amazon or Apple or Costco or maybe the airlines or the cruise industries, because they're way down right now and they will bounce back eventually, by all means. But just know that that is way more of a gamble than putting your money into index funds. I hope this video is helpful for you and kind of give you a broad view of what this stimulus check thing is all about, what you can use it for. And if this has been helpful and you'd like to follow along, please don't forget to subscribe and comment with any questions that you have or comments. I would love to be able to try to help if at all possible.